What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. In this episode we're going to do the fluids so we can actually start the car and see whether we actually did the job right for the time belt and water pump. And to do that I've got a few things here on the bench. So my suspicions were correct. This here is the new filter, that is the right part number for the PD130. This was a wrong filter from the previous owner or the mechanic out in the country. So yeah, luckily we're doing all this now. I wonder what else is what else we're going to find. So it's just another item to clean on the list for this thing. Everything's just filthy, so I'll give that a wash. Then I'm going to chuck 4.5 litres into the engine. So that's reading quite full, and I've got about a litre left, so once I get the engine warmed up we'll have another look and see when we get to that stage. So when it comes to the transmission, I've decided to use the Pro Gear GL4 75W90. Now I've seen it has 75W8085, but I wanted the GL4 and I wanted something that was fully synthetic, not semi-synthetic. If I do go a bigger turbo and a better tune, I'd rather have the right stuff in there from the get-go. $65 for 2.5 litres. The gearbox takes roughly 2.3 litres, but with the car level on the jack stands, I'll just fill it with a tube, and then when it starts dribbling out, that's when I know the gearbox is full, and yeah, we go from there. Alright, so on the transmission side, I've just got some tubing onto the top of the tube for the bottle, and I've ran that right down into the gearbox. Into the hole there. If I can get a good spot for the camera. There you go. So straight into there. Obviously the car's level, so once the fluid fills up to the bottom of that hole and it starts leaking out, then it's good and done. So let's see how we go and see if we can't make a mess of this.
A few moments later.
Right there, it's dripping out, so that means we're nice and full. So I can go ahead and put the plug back in, and then that is done for the transmission. It does say that you can get an attachment for the bottle to pump it in. So next time I'm going to grab one of those, and then yeah, I'll never have to gravity feed it again. So let's move on to the fuel filter. In the packet with the new fuel filter came 2 O-rings, and they are for this part right here. Just turn it underneath here, and there's 2 of them. So let's take them off, give it a good clean, and then we can go ahead and reinstall the new fuel filter. So the new fuel filter in, the engine oil topped up with a new filter, and then transmission topped up as well. Obviously I haven't topped up the coolant just yet, but there's a battery in there. And let's see if we can do our first startup. I'm not going to run it for long, obviously, no coolant, don't want to overheat it, and you know, run the risk of damaging anything else, but let's see if the time belt is done correctly, and yeah. Let's get another milestone done and get it running. Alright. Battery is connected. We have power. We have 190,000 miles on the clock. I'm not going to lie, I am really nervous about this one because I haven't done many time belts on any timing chains. Like it looked perfect. It was slightly off, but it was slightly off beforehand. Fuck it, let's wing it. Let's see if we can get a first start. Bear in mind it's got no downpipe. Well, there's half a downpipe. The cat's missing. Thanks, you pull it. Let's cycle this a few times, obviously because of the new fuel filter. Clutch in. Neutral. Let's try and see. Yes. How good. Running so good. That's amazing. So don't panic. You heard at the end of that clip the car started misfiring. It was potentially running out of fuel. Now I didn't cycle the fuel pump long enough to fill the fuel filter to the top. So I just kept cycling it and let it fill right up again. Start back up again, and well. So whilst we're here replacing fluids, I decided to bleed all the brakes as well, as the fluid looked really dark and filthy. Once we did that, I decided to replace the air filter as well, and wouldn't you know, there wasn't even a filter in there to replace, so I just fitted the brand new air filter and moved on to the cooling system. Well, knowing that the engine runs fine and the time belt kit is done correctly, we can go ahead and move to the cooling system. So first things first, we need to replace that hose before putting any fluid in it, otherwise there's no point. We're going to make a mess. I thought about using the Tetaloy red coolant as well. Don't think it's Volkswagen approved, so I'm not going to go ahead and use that. I'd rather just use stuff that's good for it. So I'm going to use the Penrite OEM red coolant as well. I'll dilute that down to like a 70-30 mix rather than a 50-50. So out with the old, in with the new. They cut it right through the middle there, rather than using the tap. Oh well, it is what it is. It's only cost like 35 bucks anyway, so let's chuck this one in, and let's get some coolant in this thing, and try and wrap it up. Alright, so coolant. Got this bottle here, it's a 1 litre jug, but I've marked here, so it's 70-30. I'll just keep pre-mixing it and just topping it up, and then go ahead and squeeze all the hoses and see how we go. So I think the system takes like 5 litres, so we'll see how many we can squeeze in. And obviously it doesn't need to be completely full, we can run the engine and then top over as we need to as well. That's 3.5 litres, it's not gone down anymore. I'm going to start the engine and crank the heaters, let the coolant run through all the hoses, and then I'm going to top that up as much as I need to, get up to temperature, and then see how we go from there. So we're almost at temperature. As you can hear, the exhaust is making a weird kind of noise. And when I rev it a bit, that noise goes away. So not sure what it is. Maybe it's the turbo after all. Who knows? But we'll keep getting to temperature, check the coolant, and we'll go from there. So half an hour later, here we are. The engine starts first time. The temperature gauge hits 90 degrees. It doesn't move. The fluid level hasn't changed as well, which is also good. We haven't got any leaks or anything like that. The fans didn't work at all though. I've put the air conditioner on, still no fans, so it's something I have to check on. I might check in the VCDS and check for some fault codes, just in case it could be something I've missed maybe. But we won't know until we scan it and we figure that out as well. So I think we're going to end the video here. We pretty much accomplished what I wanted to accomplish this video. On your fluids, on your filters. First start as well, just to make sure that the time belt was done correctly. So that was done correctly too, which is great, which means we can move on to the next step, which will be an exhaust install. I have a downpipe and exhaust. The exhaust isn't for a diesel, but it is for a Golf. So I'm going to see whether it will fit. But that'll be all the next video, so stay tuned for that, guys. If you haven't already subscribed, chuck on a subscribe, click the notification bell so you're notified for other videos for this build. If you're liking this build and all the content I'm making so far, give me a thumbs up as well. That always helps out the channel. Leave a comment down below. And thanks again for watching, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.